Very common question. Do we get affected by each other's karmas, or is it our individual record? Well, I need you all to understand, we do get affected by each other's company, because we tend to get affected by the thoughts and by the perceptions of each other. But every individual who's born on this earth is born to travel and make his own journey. Now these journeys can only take place if the decision you start taking independently. If you see the corporate world, or if you get into the corporate workshops who teach us about how to deal with our working scenario or how to deal, it's very similar to life. It's the decisions that you make. Those are the results that you get. So the decisions you make are what is making your karma. And that karma, those actions of yours, is what is going to be bountiful or not bountiful. So it's important that do we get affected by each other's karmas? We get affected by each other's company, not by karmas. Let's take an example here. Let's say it's a relationship example. Now, am I getting affected by the karmas of my husband? I would say no. I might get affected by his company if he's not doing well, because I am concerned for him. So I can probably, being a good partner, I could probably discuss out his problems with him and show him a better way. That's one aspect. Or I might get so irritated that my better half is not doing very well, and with the result that I am getting affected with it, I choose to do my own thing, become independent and shape my life the way I want to, and allow him to do what he wants to. So it's like a strength and the weakness balancing. The decisions are completely yours. You do not get affected by anybody's karmas. Karmas means action. Whatever actions you take, those are the reactions you get. So your actions and the response is the reactions, or your reactions responds to the other people's actions. Karmas is very, very individual. Very, very individual. And it is our individual record. Always in life, I would put it this way, life is all about choices. The choices we make determine our fate. So again it becomes individual, because you are always given, for every problem on this earth, for everything on this earth, there is a choice that we individually make or not make. If you actually look very deeply into things, even the decision of not making a decision is a decision by itself. Because I've made a decision not to make a decision. I've made a choice not to make a choice. And obviously I have to undergo the result of not making a choice, because that is a choice I made. So nobody escapes from making choices. Nobody escapes from making decisions. There are times when we are weak. There are times, and if you actually introspect and see, you will realize that at times we have said a word that if at so and so time I had taken a different stance, today my position would have been different. But you must also give it a thought, who stopped you from making a decision? Just the other day, in front, there was a father and son sitting in front of me. The father was living his dreams through his child, and he was stopping his child from following his passions. In some of my videos, I have actually told the parents that the only thing that you need to teach children is resilience, so that they can fight the world on their own terms. Now, when this father said that I do not want my child to follow his passion now, once he starts earning, once he is graduated, that time he is at a liberty to follow his passions, least realizing that whether it's sport or whether it is an acting career, there is a time for it. You cannot start sporting after the age of 30 or get into an acting line after the age of 30 if your passion is that. Passions have to be followed right from your childhood. Yes, parallelly you have to complete your studies. Parallelly, education is important because it makes you a very cultured and a very suave person. You can actually face the world with confidence. Passion, which means hobbies, or what are your desires, and the education go parallelly like a railway track. I had to tell the father and I had to tell the son, please revolt if you are truly wanting to follow your passion and you're confident that you deserve and you're confident that you are going to reach your goals. You have to argue it out with your father and then do the correct thing. Just listening to the father doesn't mean you're showing his respect. Why? Because on the surface of it you're listening to your father, but at the bottom of the heart probably you would be cursing him. So see how the karmas come into play? Karmas are your actions of what action you are taking, what choice you are taking, what decision you are taking. That is what matters in your life. This is a blame game when I say I would have done well but for my partner, but for my parents, but for my friends, or but for my family. This but for my family is a blame game. Be strong, be independent, trust yourself, trust the higher energy. So many of us believe that God is there, but do we really trust Him? Learn the art of surrendering to your higher energies and following your passions. It will build your karmas and it will build a happy karma. Don't think of what was, think of what you can do now to improve those karmas. It's very easily said when people say that, oh, I am probably paying for my last birth. My simple question to them is, what are you doing now to actually improve those karmas? Just blaming? Don't blame. Just get up and do something about it.